Yo, what's up everyone? It's Akshata, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving deep into the future of SEO. We're talking about a complete teardown of the most advanced strategies that'll be absolutely crucial in 2025. Forget everything you thought you knew about basic keyword stuffing, because SEO has leveled up. We're in a world now where AI dictates the game, algorithms are smarter than ever, and understanding how people search is just as important as the keywords themselves. This isn't just some surface-level SEO guide. This is about giving you the competitive edge. We're breaking down the latest techniques that are transforming digital marketing, from AI-powered optimization to voice search domination and everything in between. So buckle up, because this is about to get interesting. All right, let's kick things off by addressing the elephant in the room. SEO in 2025 is a whole different beast. We're not just talking about cramming keywords into your content and hoping for the best. That's old school, and frankly, it won't cut it anymore. What we're dealing with now is a search landscape dominated by artificial intelligence. Google's algorithms are getting smarter, constantly learning and evolving to understand the intent behind every search. That means your SEO strategy needs to be equally sophisticated. We're talking about leveraging AI tools to your advantage, understanding how algorithms work, and adapting to the ever-changing behaviors of searchers. This isn't just about gaming the system, it's about working with it. Think of it like this. Google wants to deliver the most relevant, valuable content to its users. Your job is to make sure your content ticks all the boxes, and then some. That's what advanced SEO is all about. Now, let's talk about the real game-changer AI. We're seeing AI revolutionize SEO in ways we could only dream of a few years ago. Think about Google's BERT and MUM algorithms. These aren't just fancy acronyms. They're incredibly powerful AI systems designed to understand language and context like never before. But here's the thing. You don't need to be a tech wizard to harness the power of AI for SEO. We're seeing a surge in third-party platforms that make AI accessible to everyone. These tools can analyze massive amounts of data to predict upcoming trends, score your content for relevance, and even automate tedious SEO tasks. It's like having an army of digital marketers working for you 24/7. Imagine being able to predict what people will be searching for before they even search for it. That's the power of AI-driven SEO, and it's only getting stronger. So we've established that AI is changing the game, but what exactly does it mean for your SEO strategy? Well, it all comes down to understanding how search engines are evolving. Think of it like this. Google isn't just reading your content anymore. It's trying to understand the meaning behind it. That's where semantic SEO comes in. Instead of focusing solely on keywords, semantic SEO is about building a web of related concepts and entities around your content. Think of entities as the things your content is about, whether it's a person, place, product, or idea. By creating content that's rich in entities and interconnected through topical clusters, you're essentially speaking Google's language. This approach helps search engines build a comprehensive understanding of your website and its authority on specific topics. It's like giving Google a VIP backstage pass to your content, making it crystal clear what you're all about. Okay, so we've talked about AI and semantic SEO, but there's another crucial piece of the puzzle: user experience. Google's page experience update was a major wake-up call, showing us that UX metrics are no longer just nice-to-haves. They're essential ranking factors. We're talking about things like largest contentful paint, first input delay, and cumulative layout shift. These metrics measure how quickly your pages load, how responsive they are to user interaction, and how stable they are visually. Think about it. Have you ever landed on a website that took forever to load, or kept shifting around as you were trying to read? Frustrating, right? Google knows that, and they're prioritizing websites that offer a smooth, enjoyable user experience. Now, let's talk about the future of search results, Search Generative Experience, or SGE. This is Google's latest and greatest, using AI to completely transform how information is presented in search results. We're talking about AI-generated summaries that provide concise answers at the top of the page, often eliminating the need to click through to a website. Then there are AI snapshots, which pull together images, videos, and key information to create visually rich and engaging search results. This is a whole new ballgame for SEO. It's not enough to just rank high anymore. You need to optimize your content to be featured in these AI-powered snippets. That means structuring your content strategically, using clear and concise language, and making sure your website is visually appealing. Speaking of visuals, let's not forget about the power of visual search. We're living in a visually driven world, and people are increasingly using images to search for what they need. Think about it. How many times have you snapped a photo of something and used Google Lens to find out what it is or where to buy it? That's why optimizing for visual search is crucial. We're talking about using descriptive alt tags for your images, adding relevant metadata, and even creating visual sitemaps to help search engines understand your visual content. It's no longer enough to just have great images. You need to make sure they're easily discoverable by search engines. By optimizing for visual search, you're tapping into a whole new audience and increasing your chances of getting found online. Alright, let's talk about the elephant in the room. Or should I say the smart speaker in the corner voice search. We're living in a world where people are constantly talking to their devices, asking Siri, Alexa, or Google Assistant for everything from the weather to the meaning of life. And let me tell you, voice search is a game changer for SEO. When people use voice search, they tend to use longer, more conversational queries. They're not just typing in keywords, they're asking questions. That means your SEO strategy needs to adapt. We're talking about optimizing for long-tail keywords, incorporating natural language into your content, and most importantly, providing clear, concise answers to common questions. Now let's get a little technical for a minute and talk about structured data and schema markup. I know, it sounds intimidating, but trust me, it's not as complicated as it seems. Basically, structured data is like giving search engines a cheat sheet to understand your content. It's a standardized way of providing information about your website using code that Google can easily understand. Schema.org is your go-to resource for finding the right schema for your website. By implementing schema markup, you can earn those coveted rich results and featured snippets in search. We're talking about those eye-catching search results that stand out from the crowd and attract more clicks. Alright, let's talk about scaling your SEO efforts without sacrificing quality. Programmatic SEO is all about automating the process of creating large volumes of high-quality pages, especially for industries like travel, e-commerce, and real estate. Think about it. If you're a travel website, you have thousands of destinations, hotels, and activities to cover. Programmatic SEO allows you to create unique and informative pages for each one, without having to manually write every single description. The key here is to avoid thin content. Each page needs to provide real value to users, with unique descriptions, images, and maybe even user reviews. Now let's talk about how Google is getting even better at understanding long-form content with passage indexing. In the past, Google would typically index your entire page as a single unit. But with passage indexing, Google can now identify and rank individual passages or sections within your content. This is huge for long-form content, because it means that even if your entire page isn't a perfect match for a search query, a specific passage within it might be. To optimize for passage indexing, focus on creating comprehensive, well-structured content with clear headings, subheadings, and concise paragraphs. Think of each passage as its own mini article, providing valuable information on a specific aspect of your topic. Okay, let's talk about the holy grail of SEO zero-click searches and featured snippets. You know those search results that give you the answer right there on the search page, without you even having to click through to a website? Yeah, those are zero-click searches, and they're becoming increasingly common. Featured snippets are a prime example of this. They're those little boxes that appear at the top of the search results, providing a concise answer to your question. Now, you might think, why would I want to optimize for zero-click searches if people aren't even clicking through to my website? Here's the thing. Even if someone doesn't click through, being featured in a zero-click search or featured snippet still establishes your website as an authority on that topic. Alright, let's talk about the psychology behind search intent and behavioral SEO. Search intent is all about understanding what a user is really looking for when they type a query into Google. Are they looking for information, trying to buy something, or maybe just looking for a specific website? Understanding search intent is crucial for creating content that aligns with what users are actually searching for. Behavioral SEO takes this a step further by analyzing how users interact with your website once they land on it. We're talking about metrics like bounce rate, time on page, and click-through rate. By analyzing these behavioral signals, you can identify areas where your website is performing well and areas where it needs improvement. Let's face it, link building is still one of the most important ranking factors in SEO. But the days of spammy link exchanges and low-quality directory submissions are long gone. Today, it's all about building high-quality, relevant backlinks from authoritative websites. One effective strategy is digital PR, which involves getting your brand featured on high-authority websites and publications. Another powerful tactic is HARO, or Help a Reporter Out, which connects journalists with sources for their stories. By responding to HARO queries, you can potentially earn valuable backlinks from top-tier publications. We're living in a mobile-first world, and Google knows it. That's why they've shifted to mobile-first indexing, meaning they primarily use the mobile version of your website for ranking and indexing. What does this mean for you? It means your mobile website needs to be on point. We're talking about fast loading times, a responsive design that adapts to different screen sizes, and easy navigation. And let's not forget about app indexing. If you have a mobile app, you want to make sure it's indexed by Google, so people can find it when they're searching for relevant keywords. Now let's talk about trust, authority, and expertise, or EAT as Google likes to call it. EAT is especially important for websites that fall under the Your Money or Your Life, or YMYL category. These are websites that provide information or services that could potentially impact a person's health, finances, safety, or happiness. Think about medical websites, financial institutions, or legal advice websites. Google takes EAT very seriously for YMYL websites because they want to make sure users are getting accurate and trustworthy information. So the internet is kind of a melting pot of languages and content formats, and your SEO strategy really needs to reflect that. Multimodal SEO is all about optimizing for different types of content, like images, videos, audio, and even interactive elements. On the other hand, multilingual SEO is about making sure your website is accessible to a global audience by optimizing for different languages. This involves translating your content, using hreflang tags to tell Google which language each page is targeting, and even hosting your website on international domains. Search is becoming increasingly personalized, with Google tailoring search results based on a user's location, search history, and even their interests. This means that two people searching for the same keyword could actually see completely different results. Intent prediction takes this a step further by trying to anticipate what a user is really looking for based on their past behavior and the context of their search. As search becomes more personalized, it's more important than ever to focus on creating high-quality content that satisfies a variety of search intents. Let's face it, SEO can be a time-consuming process. But what if you could automate some of those tedious tasks and free up your time to focus on more strategic initiatives? That's where SEO automation and scripting come in. By using languages like Python or JavaScript, you can automate tasks like website audits, keyword research, and even backlink analysis. There are also a ton of great SEO tools and platforms that offer automation features, making it easier than ever to streamline your SEO efforts. Headless CMS and Jamstack architectures are becoming increasingly popular, and for good reason. They offer a ton of advantages, including improved performance, enhanced security, and greater flexibility. But optimizing these sites for SEO requires a slightly different approach. Since content is decoupled from the presentation layer, you need to make sure search engines can still easily crawl and index your content. This involves using server-side rendering, implementing structured data, and optimizing your sitemap. So we've covered a ton of ground today, but the world of SEO is constantly evolving. What does the future hold? One thing's for sure, AI and machine learning will continue to play a major role in shaping the search landscape. We're already seeing the rise of real-time indexing, where Google can index your content almost instantly. Generative content created by AI is also becoming more sophisticated, and it's only a matter of time before it starts to impact search results. And then there's the decentralized web, which could potentially disrupt the way we search for information online. So there you have it, a deep dive into the advanced SEO strategies that will dominate in 2025 and beyond. Remember, it's not just about keeping up, it's about staying ahead of the curve. Embrace AI, prioritize user experience, and never stop experimenting. The world of SEO is always changing, but by adopting these techniques, you'll be well equipped to navigate the evolving landscape and come out on top. Now I want to hear from you. Which of these strategies are you most excited to try out? Let me know in the comments down below.